A bit of history on border protection tonight, I thought. If you look back over the last 10 years or so, people like me have been supporters of strong border protection policies. It means also people like you have been supporters of strong border protection policies, of course, because surveys have shown and election results have shown throughout that period that Australians favour strong border protection. The reason we favour strong border protection is because we don't want to see accidents at sea, people drowning at sea. It's because we want to see the integrity of our immigration system maintained. We don't want to see people getting an easy ride, getting into this country under false circumstances. We want them to come through legally so that we can help out refugees, legitimate refugees, through our humanitarian program. Now, throughout the period of the last 12 years or so, there has been strong lobbying from the Labor Party, the Greens, their barrackers like the ABC and a lot of the Canberra Press Gallery, saying, no, this is terrible. We shouldn't have tough border protection measures. We should disband the Pacific Solution and get rid of temporary protection visas and not turn back boats, not do any of that. We should be more compassionate and just let anyone who turns up in this country in here to be processed onshore and most likely stay here. I like to call them the compassionistas. This is their driving force, is to show you and me that they're more compassionate than us. And what they like to say is that the politics about strong border protection is about a dog whistle to the racist rednecks, and all those of us who support strong border protection must be racists or rednecks. It's really quite insulting. And we've seen they got their wish. In 2008, Kevin Rudd gave them their wish. He got rid of the Pacific Solution. He took down those strong border protection laws. Since then, we've seen 45,000 people come to this country, most of them put through the horrible trauma of detention, more than 1,000 deaths at sea, all the shambles in our immigration system, all the political torment in this country, and all the billions of dollars of expense. And after all of that, we're now having Kevin Rudd reinstate what is essentially the Pacific Solution. The PNG solution is reopening Manus Island Detention Centre, which was part of the Pacific Solution. His version is a bit tougher because even if you qualify as a refugee, you only get to stay in Papua New Guinea, not the easiest place to live, a country with enormous problems itself. So let's just have a look at a little bit of that history. Here's Kevin Rudd, just days out from the 2007 election, just days before he was elected Prime Minister of this country.
But how quickly would you move to close down the Manus and Nauru option?
Not privy to the specific contractual administrative arrangements which are associated with each of those deals.
But I think it's policy. I think Mr Burke, your Shadow Minister,
it's policy.
said that you will.
No, we will, but your question was how soon.
Well, I think his statement is that you'd do it immediately.
That's true.
And I'm asking, in terms of your priorities in government, your immediate priorities, will you move as an immediate priority to deal with that?
At a very early stage. The Pacific Solution is just wrong. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's not the right way to, in fact, handle asylum seekers or others.
Well, that's an election promise that Kevin Rudd did keep. You saw him there talking about Manus Island and the Pacific Solution. He did shut them down. And then, as the boats started to come again and people warned he needed to reinstate those tough border protection measures, he and everyone on the Labor side argued, no, it's not our laws that are doing this, it's just the push factors. It's not our problem, it's the push factors. And they resisted any change. And things got worse and worse. And no matter how many times people warned them in the political field and from the community and in the media, they said, no, it's not our problem. It's the push factors. We haven't created this problem. Then in 2010, remember, Julia Gillard came up with the East Timor solution, said that would fix it. She took that to the election. Of course, it didn't see the light of day. Then she came up with the Malaysia solution. That was knocked out by the High Court. That didn't see the light of day. And now suddenly, after 6 years, after 45,000 arrivals, as I say, after more than 1,000 deaths, within days, just days out now from calling the election, Kevin Rudd says, oh no, hang on a second, we do need tough border protection. That Pacific Solution that I dismantled, I'm now going to reinstate it. I've got a 2-page note that I've scribbled out with Papua New Guinea, and we're going to have it back in place straight away in time for the election. It is really astounding, but we do hope it works. It could work. If Kevin Rudd can actually manage this strongly and firmly, and if he can hold the Papua New Guinea government to this so that they continue to support it, it could just work. We sure hope so. But what I'm waiting for from Kevin Rudd is an apology to all those people, the compassionistas have attacked for the last 10 years, saying that they didn't care about their fellow citizens, saying that they were racists and rednecks because they supported strong border protection. I'll be back after the break.